Today we're at the outskirts of Stoke-on-Trent and we're going to follow some of the Stoke to Leek line, and it starts off up this path. So, we're now stood on the track bed and we got some tracks. What do you think of that?
Amazing.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? I think up here, yeah, it's fenced off up this way. Well, let's carry along here for now. See what we can find. Now, this direction is heading towards Leek. And it looks like it's just a case of follow the railway track, which is still all here in place with trees growing out of it. Isn't that crazy? Combination of industry and nature. So we'll see what we can find along this stretch. And that's caved away. Bit of a landslide. Sketchy. Now, during the course of this adventure, we're going to stop off at various points of the line, because the line itself is probably getting on for about nearly 10 miles long, I would say. And yeah, we'll probably be using a bit of transportation between some points. So this line has been mothballed, but they have plans, don't they?
Yeah.
They want to reopen this as part of the Churnit Valley Railway to go to Stoke-on-Trent, because then they'd have a mainline connection. Looks like we're coming up to a river bridge. People have worn a path down to the canal. Tracks still in place. Very cool. It's amazing along here. Now, normally when you'd be walking along a disused railway, there's not really anything there. That, you know, the most you can sort of like hope for is you know, a bit of a ballast still on the track bed. But no, as we walk along here, rails all the way alongside us. Can't be that many railways that are disused that are like this. So we come up to what would have been a level crossing. We're now coming up to Birch's Head Road. And if you look here, buddy, tracks are still in place. What do you reckon about that?
Cool.
Isn't this crazy?
Yeah.
You've got the original gatework. It's all locked and padlocked and everything like that. Right next to it is the canal. So yeah, there's plenty of walking to be done around this area. The next part of our adventure takes us to Stockton Brook. And as can be quite the case with railways, is a lot of the time you'll find there's a canal or some form of waterway because of the industries. So we're going to see what we can find along here, but I'm sure in a short while we will intersect with the track bed at Stockton Brook. And we've found ourselves the railway bridge. We'll see if we can find a way up onto the track bed soon. And it was at this point that we unfortunately lost the audio. What we were trying to do was get up onto the track bed
And see if we could find anything there.
Yeah. So this canal did eventually intersect with the old railway, and we found the railway bridge that crossed. As we approached the bridge, you can see a little area up to your right where you can access the track, but we carried on a little bit underneath the bridge. This must have been quite a busy area, what with the canal and the railway going through here, and we're not too far away from the site of the old station at Stockton Brook. As we come up the hill here, the lock is still functional and the barges are still going through normally.
Then we hopped onto the railway bridge to have a look.
And here we are up on the track bed. Fantastic to see that it's still in place, albeit with trees growing through the tracks. So we decided to carry on up this line towards Stockton Brook, just to see how far we could get. And that said about there being a culvert as well. I'll try my best to describe as possible, but as we were walking along the track bed, you could hear a lot of noises from the water, and it was probably to do with the canals and the way that the water was being distributed, because there was some construction just to the right of this track bed as well. This was the water function that we were talking about. If anyone wants to let us know in the comments what this would have been to do with, but water was running through it. So anti-flooding or something like that, maybe. So, Stephen, what did you think of being down here?
I thought it was crazy, like hearing cars going over, but we're in a tunnel.
Yeah, and so we had to have a walk through the tunnel, which basically goes underneath the road and leads eventually to the site of Stockton Brook railway station.
That is very overgrown, so we didn't walk that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, because it got to a point where there was just too much undergrowth, and we had to turn back.
As we were walking out, we decided to go up and see what it looked like on the outside. That building is where Stockton Brook Station was.
And mercifully, the audio is back. And a quick look along here for the bridge, and that's where we were. So we've skipped along a little bit, and we're on Station Road at Endon. And this is the level crossing. Tracks continue on. There's even what appears to be a signal up there. We come to an area on the outskirts of Leek called Longsdon, and this is Sutherland Road. Just climb this hill. Here's another bridge. And the sun's come out, so we're just going to walk through here. An old river bridge. Very cool. Here we are with more tracks in place. And there's some more of the platform. There's barely any undergrowth there. Is the outline of the platform. So we finish our adventure today in Leek, and there's a very obvious sign of the railways. And if you walk along here, which presumably would have been part of the old road, you're on a railway bridge. And in that direction is Cheddleton and Leek Brook. And what you have here now is a road, and in the distance you've got Morrison's, so this would have been where the site of Leek Station originally was.